looking for their first win. Very
Okay,
close to it
RRQ
right
on
now,
defense,
but you never
GE
quite
on
know.
attack, and we got a
That's good point,
triple
because Flips did get
ghost
0 kills
against
on this map last week.
odd ghost, and we
Yeah,
get
that's
one
true.
sheriff
Can we make
as
the
well.
same magic happen again today? It will require only more to also get 30 kills. We should remember that. So we'll see if it happens. But I love what the Jess pointed out about map control overall. GE seems to be very fluid on this Icebox. Sure, RRQ, they've been comfortable to pick
Yeah, it's one of their better maps.
compositionally, that Sage
They got a really good
creates a
chance
lot
to
of
2-0
problems
this.
for these util
Really,
type
really good chance.
compositions. You know, it's not as hard as
Chuck
the
Molly
KO
combo.
Gecko here
RRQ
for
did
RRQ
this
and
again.
Silva, but it's still going to be a lot
Literally
of
the exact
front-loaded
same as the
util, so
Coach
curious to see what
Potato's
the
pistol on
adjustments
this.
are.
I think it's good to do this
Right,
combo
you gotta
alley
watch
just in
out
case
for
someone
that
decides to
Sage,
rush over
especially
towards A.
how flowy lightning fast can get on it sometimes.
Look already,
Pretty much the
already
same
been
pistol that they
controlled
ran
right off
last
the bat on
time.
the pistol here
I
from
wonder if
Benkai. He's watching
GE are going to
Jimmy
read
gets
that
through
with
past the turret. So now RRQ
once they
means
hear
with
the
that poison
combo
cloud,
close.
They have to have someone kitchen to make sure they don't get caught off guard.
Hence
Ross looks like he's going to take our timing over towards A, which is interesting.
Worried about Jemkin
It's
for
a
the
double
time
stack,
being,
and he's
playing up
probably
around
dead
yellow.
now.
Time has passed,
Yeah.
so he's trying to reposition up around. Flips able to catch the first point of contact. Russ no longer able to find that space into A site. Oh,
and he
spotted
sees
the
one.
missile.
Not able to land the first shot, but I love the back out from Jemkin,
Okay,
right? Just
and
wait for support.
do they tunnel
Got
vision
him.
on
We're
site
fighting
itself?
for.
Yeah, not expanding the
Because
dash
we've got to
just
start
yet
looking at the
either.
luck here,
Now
and
he goes in
Benkai
for
has
it
a
because
good
he's
chance to
looking
get
for
some
the
kills. There's one in the
clear
side.
headshot, but Benkai strikes when the
And he
iron
just
is
stays
hot.
alive.
Look at this, Global Esports flooding the site now. 2GE
They
will
did
be
so
able to fight
much
back
damage
with
on
his
site.
classic.
Do they expect
Benkai
Benkai to be here this
repositions now
early?
back onto his
They
top
don't know.
Not a
Colby,
chance.
Yes,
And he has
is
a
the
molly
one
for
who
the
is
spike as
sneaking
well.
up behind yellow. Jemkin still has a lot of work cut out for him, and only 6 rounds in the chamber. It's
I mean,
gonna
this
be
was all
tough for
down
him
to the Benkai luck,
because he
really.
doesn't
They
quite
created a
know that
good amount of
positioning.
pressure over towards site
Really
itself.
good patience from Benkai,
And
right?
yeah,
Despite being down
his
in
luck
numbers,
was
Benkai's
perfect in
just
terms
gonna
of the actual
wait until
decisions
the plant
made.
happens. It's a pistol round. You've got a Sage. You know that you can force the plant. Povey even
Dude,
going
3
up
out
the
of
rope
3
just to make sure
pistols.
he gets a little bit of early info
Pistol gods
as the
are
plant
back,
goes
man.
down. And Benkai just waits for the opportune moment once he hears them trying to spam against the wall. So while, you know, RRQ had good info and they had good reactions to it, at the end of the day, it's that mid control. And this is not
Yeah, and
something
they're
we
allowed
see
one
every day
def
for
on this.
Icebox. It's not a map where mid is used all too often. But the fact that you're even able to create that pressure in the pistol, look at already what it does on the eco. RRQ now has to make sure that they're checking early on down that tube.
Even if you are just kind of lurking up around that area. Even a delayed push, delayed peek works out so well.
Okay, Jet gets a bit of info over
It is
towards
still
middle.
just a
Benkai
pistol,
holds.
but I am pretty excited because
Yep.
Global Esports
Ops
could
dash.
come up with a big win.
How on earth are they allowed to dry peek and get these kills with classics?
No, if you thought that GE was going to look just as strong and buy more guns off it,
Oh my god. It's gonna be a flawless.
It's not even the
It's an
sheriffs,
actual
just
flawless. They all pick up guns. What on earth just went on? How? How did he get double kill here? How did he get a double kill close? Just instant dinking?
Holy.
And it just happens because they were playing some of these close-ranged positions, close-range tools. The
My guy is just running and gunning.
Stinger. They weren't ready for it, Will.
Bro, RRQ Classic, bro.
I mean, hey. Hey, Mark,
Dude, he's making the classic look like a stinger though, there.
He knows that we're gonna
Just
pick up
running
that
and
audio
gunning to
clip.
enable that his mate can
Alright,
get the
Flips no
trades.
longer, 0 kills
And
on
he's
this
just getting
map.
pure dinks.
Here we go.
Tower down.
Global Esports now off of such a loss. Just kind of dazed and stunned, having to recalibrate, re-engage. They've got the upgraded pistols.
Nice shot back, and they get the
Blaze will do
info
a bit
that
of
there's
damage
2
to
there.
him.
Oh
and
my
Bulldog
gosh.
gone. A second
Surely
rifle
not back.
gone. What is going on?
I mean, we've seen this happen a lot, especially in Pacific.
Yeah,
You know,
and so
thrifties for
there's
days,
pressure of guns
trading
here,
back
so they
and
got to
forth.
try and defend the guns.
But you do
And
still
then
have the
GE,
rifles
knowing
inside
that they're
of
going to
RRQ,
group
so
up and
that
defend the
Sage
guns,
util
they're
not
just
gonna
like,
be
well, let's go get a
as
free plant.
damaging. It's not going to be as impactful.
Very prepared to...
You're a
Oh my,
madman.
This.
You're an
Listen, we've seen
absolute
some crucial kills
madman.
with peaks like that, but the timing, the way he peeks out of it is just a little bit too deep into the screen, so he's not able to get the quick jiggle. And the thing is RRQ had thrashed this round, but now it doesn't seem like a good
Smoke.
investment.
Double molly.
It's just a nightmare of a round, Will.
Blaze King, you got to line
You
up
know,
for
they're
this because that's a
trying to
1 round
deal
if
with
you
the
do.
spike plant, but
Do
everyone's
they even
peeking
need
out
it?
one by one from RRQ. They're doing it solo. And And that's just not what you want to have. I mean, the same thing, they had the idea to kind of go in for a bit
just
of a
gotta
trade up
save.
around, top boiler, but
Man, what?
it just didn't work out. Blaze King was prepared to take that shot.
Yeah, and
And
some of
I
the
do
other
like
people
the
here are
same
just going to be
decision
like,
from
well,
Jemkin.
we
You
know
don't
there's
wanna give
guns
too many
down
upgrades. They're
in
coming for it
kitchen and
because they
top
have nothing
mid.
to lose from GE. If they get the kill, it's another upgrade. It's more credits saved up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Lightning
and
Fast
Benkai
was,
gets
like,
one,
grinning from ear
and
to
Blaze
ear on his
King
player
goes
cam.
down, and that was the
Oh,
only
no,
person
he
with
doesn't even
a
keep the rifle.
the only person with a sheriff, and he wasn't gonna
That's
get the
unfortunate.
sheriff.
Now, RRQ,
He wasn't
because
gonna
they
get an
were the ones who
upgrade.
picked
So
up the upgrades in that last
what a
round,
mad
it's
round!
not
And then
as
now,
bad, right?
are they really
They'll
gonna
still be able
force
to
into this
try to
after
make
it?
do with what
Looks
they
like
have.
it.
It's
So
gonna
we're
be a
gonna see one
broken
of
round
those
with
weird
one
buys
person
again
not
pretty
having
early on,
buys.
once again from RRQ.
This is just excellent use peeking around the spike.
I mean, these
there
shots
from
were
Blaze
the
King.
one. That peak was not the one.
Incredible flick as well. I mean, that's exactly it. Look at every one of these kills. It's all RRQ peeking out one by one. But you are absolutely right. So because they do get to keep their time going for a little bit more, and Jemkin now with the
Lovely
operator
shot.
swings out. Will be to punch right through.
Wait,
Tries
the
to go for a
slow
vertical flick,
molly
but not quite
combo
happening just
actually
yet.
gets them
Russ
one over
pushing
towards
up
the
front
orb.
along
That was
with the mosh
sick.
pit too, able to keep one of the RQ players trapped.
Yeah, trusting in that op a little bit too much for RRQ. Pushes out, a bit of an overheat. You're going to hear all this info, though.
Okay. Might be able to set up a bit of a flank.
Shot.
Catches lightning fast.
Bro,
On
what
the
is
back
going
turn.
on here, man?
And this, by keeping control of mid, RRQ can now regroup as a three-man. So I
Russ
like
could
the
get
call,
orb
right?
and
Even though you
plant
have
and
a
it's
read that's
fish,
most likely a
but he
rotate
doesn't
back
wanna
to
let
A
them know
because
they're
of the
here.
last movement of the Sage. You're just going to wait. You're going to go for that retake. You have the numbers advantage.
No util on the side of Global Esports as well. RQ is in a very good spot.
He has fish for
As the
next
angle, Russ
for next
tries
round.
to
And
take the initiative against them,
Polvi,
but
did he
not
get
quite able
seen
to
by
deal
that
with the
jump? Yeah,
operator.
looks like it.
Polvi has no choice but to shoot his way out of
Oh.
this one. Goes in for a spray transfer, runs out of ammo. No, drops back down. Very easily heard. Jemkin trying to play it patient and safe. Oh, but what a flick!
We can
Back
dash
on
left.
towards the
Just
head.
dash left and get out of there.
GG has to clutch this out. This round, RQ has
Oh
the
my
advantage.
God, what a
He sneaks
big
out the
round
top
from
of the
him.
window. I
Big
see you.
rounds.
The
Massive
Phantom lights
1v3.
up
How
on
on
top
earth
of
did
the
he win that on
scoreboard.
19
GE
HP?
fans have been
Thought it was
waiting,
done after the original duel. I don't know how he
waiting
doesn't
for
get
games like
traded.
these.
Drops
And
down,
today
wins
he's
that
answered
one.
back.
It
Breezed
looked like the
this on
comms came in
first
because
map,
the op switched
and
to
an
a rifle
excellent
as
clutch
well.
on the second.
Ridiculous.
This one.
This
Oh
shot
my.
on Jemkin was absolutely nutty.
He's just ready for it.
Dude, what a massive round. Forced them down to
Took a little bit of
a low
damage
buy
the
as
second
well.
round, but
We
they
buy a
just
hero
shrugged it
gun
right
and we
off.
have no
Will.
armor. Dude, some RRQs.
That's a huge blow to
RRQ's
RRQ.
nuts.
Both
I also
in
really
game
like
and
the
mentally as well.
I like
Connor
this.
running dry now.
This
Only more
slow
still taking pot shots
molly
against them, though.
combo, slow mosh pit. Combos very well.
Firing right back. What- They're
Look at
going
these
for
trades.
duels.
Yeah, I mean, look
Yeah,
at that.
and their
They're
punish
never
of getting the
letting,
orb is pretty
you know,
cool.
death happen for no reason. I mean, Paperthin talked about it on the desk as well, but the fact that they are willing to trade, they're accepting that, yeah, we can have good reads for the start of the round. You know, obviously when we make a mid-round decision, it's about the reads. But afterwards, you have to be ready.
Got
And
anything
the
for
immediate
this?
peek
Doesn't
afterwards,
look
I
like it.
Not having to invest the wall there. You know you have the weapons advantage.
Global Esports, they get to death ball in this round if they want to.
Oh,
Flip spots out the little
They short
elbow,
though.
Ooh.
good luck to this guy.
Flash comes
Yeah.
out, Flips stuck in
No
a bad
matter what
position.
there, it feels like you're
Unfortunately,
gonna
not
get
quite able
traded,
to
especially when you
escape.
can't get out.
That was just a really unlucky one. Xferra now with the one and done. It's just not quite meant
I mean,
to
we've seen him
be.
doing some mad stuff with the.
Barrier comes up. Jemkin tries
Whoa.
to swing around the side. What is that flick? Back and back. Tailwinds away into safety. Run around the max so he reloads. Back to a 2-on-2. Lightning fast. Trying to sneak around the site to find a duel.
And the spike's down, though. They don't have it recovered yet.
Oh my god.
Okay, that gives away, but
Holy.
what? Jemkin. Just a little bit of a peek, and it's enough to take him down. Back to
Oh
the
my
wall.
god.
Blaze
A
King.
one-
Even
1v3
though
into a
it's high and low,
1v2.
he takes
What
it
is this
all.
game? Dude,
I mean,
GE
so
are winning
far,
so
this
many
This is
clutches.
what everyone has been asking for from GE, right? It's more firepower. It's
Oh, man,
Polvi
Jemkin's
proving
gonna
why he
feel
was picked up
goddess.
all the way from EMEA. It's Blaze King. Why was he picked up from Challengers? Why was he always hailed as one of the stronger players in Indonesia? It's all coming together. I mean, Lightning Fast, Russ, sure, they've been holding the line for a long time. But Benkai also with some steady trades today. Oh, he's going at it. I mean, GE, they haven't felt this confident all season.
Oh, RRQ find themselves in a pretty much similar situation to the fast map.
You're absolutely right. The firepower from
They
Global
keep having these
Esports
rounds
is
where it's like,
really
oh
showing
man.
in these rounds.
They keep having these
At the same
mental,
time, though, you
these
can't
rounds where you're just
really,
mentally gonna
fault
be
RRQ.
thinking about them.
Jemkin had some incredible frags.
I mean, listen, in terms of like 2v1s and clutches, unless it's teams usually like they're absolutely peaking one by one, things like that, it's generally props to the person who clutches. I mean, that previous round, sure, you know, it starts as an eco, so quite frankly, GE getting a little messier in the beginning part of the round. But at the end of the day, they get a little lax. They think that they are able to just swarm him with the numbers advantage in that 2v1 situation. I mean, Jemkin does everything he can to try to keep them in the game. Now that the op is out, we'll see
And we
how
got
things
nice.
work
We got the
out.
backup gun for it.
RRQ, whenever they
Dude,
get this off, they
everyone's
tend
money
to rely
is
on it quite a
very
bit to
good.
make their rotations, right? They just post up the
This
operator,
not so much.
and
This
then
would
they
be another
wait
eco again, so
about
they got to
10,
win
20
this.
extra seconds.
Oh, I
We'll
don't
see if
know.
that same thing happens.
Looks like they go for a
He's
big
gonna have to
change up.
be very-
RRQ want to fight heavy over towards A.
There's been a lot
And
of
where the hell? What's this
movements
bounced
up
off
around
of?
Nest for the past couple rounds now. So RRQ made the heavy investment, but guess what? Global Esports
he
headed
got
back into B.
Hit with
2G
that though.
completely backs off.
Oh.
Unfortunately sustains a bit of damage. That operator just still posted up. The rest of the team from RRQ now unfortunately not quite able to deal against this because Global Esports has already taken up so much space. The Thresh
Do they
will
even get
connect.
to it?
Flips
Yeah, they do.
wants to capitalize on his kill.
Yeah,
Did
but
Oh.
they're
get
watching
sent out,
for
they're
it.
watching
a savior.
for Hut. And it's just
Savior
such a
kill.
good angle. The cover from Lightning Fast. You even have the Viper's Pit up.
Well, didn't last
Although
for
there
long.
are some kills on the board now. Jemkin marking some of these
Wow.
angles. Lightning
He's an
Fast with one
absolute
incredible swing.
Beast right now.
Blaze King slipping in and out of it. Benkai
Whoa,
watching
whoa,
out from
whoa,
the back,
whoa,
though.
whoa.
Bit of a burst,
Whoa.
but not quite connecting
Oh
the shot.
boy.
Still though, timer running out. How do you deal with this Viper's Pit? Blaze King has snake bites for days. Tosses the last one out.
He's trying to creep in. The
Whoa.
reload
Oh
hears
my
it.
god, no time on this one, but
Reload.
No time though.
But no
Hey.
time. Oh, Jemkin
lightning fast, man.
plays his
Saves
heart
his
out.
teammate with a
Back-to-back
must-hit shot.
rounds.
And
But
then
here's
the
other thing. I mean,
instant,
GE,
the
real
wide
good
swing
reaction they had here
with
was
the
normally
instant
what they do a
snap.
lot of times
And
is
then,
a bit of a hard hit
dude,
onto B.
I mean, honestly,
There's
if he was a
wall
little bit
off
more
part
chill,
of the site, and they'll
and he
dig deep
resets
into
his aim, he
Snowman.
gets
This
this kill
time,
all
they
day,
wall
he would
off
fill.
Snowman. See, they're gonna fill the site. As soon as the wall gets broken,
He did just go for the
Colby
spray
makes a
transfer,
judgment call to say,
but
"We
he
gotta
still
fight
did
for
so
Snowman
much.
control back." He goes for it. He gets detained. He actually draws away the Thrash aggro. Lightning Fast covers him from the grades. The teamwork is just snappy today from GE.
And they didn't get
Whether or
out.
not it's the mental coach or just the amount of work that they've done, the amount of work that the coaches have done to adjust their calling the previous days, you know, Benkai being a little bit more communicative, it's all working out incredibly well for Global Esports today. Meanwhile, for RRQ, I mean, just tiny things, fractions of a second where someone peeks out a little bit too late or fires a little bit too late. Unfortunately, even though Jemkin is topping the scoreboards, the rounds aren't going their way.
Lightning
Jemkin
fast,
really
dude.
wants to redeem
He's
his game a little bit as
he's
well
really
after a
stepped up,
very
man.
rough first map.
It's very impressive.
It's not quite happening just yet. Too many targets, too many variables. But at the
He
very
looks
least,
great.
they gathered some information.
Yeah, they gathered information, but they're not able to hold
Something with
on
this
to
map,
that area,
though.
right?
With
And I
this
think
map, he
that's what we're
always
really starting to
pops.
see at the top level of Valorant these days is simply getting information. Passive information just is not enough. You have to have a reaction. You have to still maintain 50% control of the map. Right now, RRQ, they're getting pressed in. They're losing control bit by bit on both A site and B.
Okay, 30
Information goes
seconds
bad
and they
after a
decide to
little
fight
while.
over towards
That's why they're
yellow.
expending,
And
investing
my only
utility just to
criticism with a
clear,
lot of these
continue to
comps
try
is
and regain
to fight
control.
yellow, it becomes a
2G is
little
in a
bit
pretty
harder.
tricky
But
spot, and
when your
unfortunately,
Jet's
the high-low
doing that,
caps him down.
you're absolutely
Colby,
fine. And this is
quick
your big
double
buy
to
rounds.
Open up the B site. The rest of the squad has arrived. Look at the snakebite lineups as well.
There was no
unfortunately,
util
is
there. He
forced
just
back
sent
out.
it.
Destroyed.
Benkai now along with the turret.
I will say, Benkai after the was it the pistol that he secured? I can't remember. After the round that he secured, he's been having a bit of a rough time on the logs for sure.
This is very rough for RRQ. Meanwhile, very good
but
for
his team is
GE.
doing
Even
a good
that
amount,
toxic screen
so it's
that cuts
okay.
across this B site. It actually leaves so small of a corner that it is really hard to try to peek out of that on that second floor. And like you said, because they're aware that some teams, especially RRQ, they've shown it before in this map as well, they'll try to still go for a jiggle out of that screen. They even have the snakebite lineup.
The
I mean,
front line's
setups are
holding
very
up
good for
exactly
Colby
that.
today as well. The confidence dash up onto yellow.
Dude, Polvi, what was this though?
The toxic screen goes up right before it, so he's masked from the second floor.
Again, in
It all
theory,
comes
this
together
comp
for GE.
should struggle to
Rifle
get
picked
yellow
up for
control,
Jemkin,
but
it's just two vehicles
man,
being carried over.
that is one way to handle
Not
it. Where
the
you,
best for
I would say
RRQ in
this shouldn't be.
upcoming round
You shouldn't be
8.
able to repeat
It
this,
is
but
devastating, Will. I mean, you said it all. Polvi set up, talked about information and how, you know, you got to be a little bit more active with it.
ooh,
But Global Esports are controlling the pace right now. First of all, yeah, they are making their presence
This
known.
guy, man.
At the same time, you've got Benkai on lurks throughout mid. RRQ has to be very cognizant of all of these moves, and sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming. But at this moment in time, this week
oh, I
of
like
VCT
this little
Pacific,
change up as well, and
we
they're
have
on top of
Global
this as well.
Esports, 5 wins in
They've
a
been
row.
doing slow
How do you
mosh
come back?
bit, so they start off with a slow mosh a lot of times,
This
and
time
then
they're
now they
trying
change
actually
it to
keep
slow and then
control of
mosh
whatever
over towards
information they
vibes.
gain
Pretty
on the
cool.
A side. But GE seems to be ready for it.
Okay.
Blocking sight.
Dude,
Jemkin
lightning
tries to
fast,
contact.
his
Oh my
confidence
God,
is
body block for a
through the
second. 2G
roof.
trying to
He
fire
hits
back,
two
it's just not
people,
gonna
he's
happen.
on his own, just
Global
starts
Esports,
swinging.
They make it away.
He just starts
They'll take that
swinging.
one.
And because they don't full commit,
This is a
he
position
managed to
Flips
get
has
out of
held
here. And
during
it's,
kickoff. GE surely is aware of it. Oh,
uh-oh.
You will not.
Dude, lightning fast,
got
man.
that
He's
res.
getting, guys,
And
averaging
we've been seeing
3
this a lot.
reses a
Povey and
half.
Lightning Fast, double peeking, Povey taking the lead. And now with the res, it's even better.
Oh, I was thinking about
Yeah,
it.
you can't
It's just
do
too risky
this,
of a
man. It's a
position
lost
though, right?
round. You can't use your ult.
Better to invest that.
Oh
Block
boy, well
down
that's
in
this
another
guy
round.
using his ult. They're going for it.
Throws back around, and he will be able to find an angle. Takes down a single player.
Yeah, everyone's going for this. Small
Wingman,
window, gonna insta-plant
Spike
this
plan
now.
Not quite yet going through because of that Hunter Fury.
Insta-plant, and everyone has
Now
to
the
survive
lockdown
back
gets
over
deployed.
towards here.
Global
Catches him on the
Esports
exit.
tries to back out. Lightning Fast will have no choice but to drop.
Russ?
Russ trying to hold it up from around yellow.
How is he
Not
alive?
expecting it to
How,
be pushed up that
how
much,
is he
but
alive?
2GE now coming back out from the other side. It's Russ keeping things
They use
alive
double ult into
for
this?
Global
Man.
Esports.
RRQ
All
are
on his
just
lonesome,
spaghettiing everywhere,
separated
man.
from the
Like,
pack.
what is
2GE
going on?
cannot do
This
much.
was not a
No, you have to
round,
save.
bro.
You have to.
Ouch.
I mean, one
This
HP
was
for
not
Russ
a
with
round.
hold on yellow.
3v5. The Pharaoh's like,
fact
sure,
that he
I'm not going to use my
recovered
ult,
and
guys. It's pretty
stabilized
much
that one.
done. And then you just see Elmi Moore just
I mean, definitely
absolutely send
Russ
his
has been
ult.
grinding, man. It's so
The
clear.
tags down Wingman who's
You know,
planting.
And listen, I said it on social media as well. Like I
Oh.
accepted, I was a doubter. You know, Russ fans and GE fans told me he's been grinding. He's been looking good in ranked. He's been looking good on stream. And in my head, I was like, well, until I see it on the stage, it doesn't mean much. We've heard so much about players that grind away and they can't convert it on the stage. And Russ has made it to
How's he,
internationals before.
how is he alive there,
but,
though? That should
the
never
high A's were
happen,
cut
man.
short in the past.
Even he's laughing about it. He's just like,
Today,
how am I
though,
allowed to get the second
today,
kill?
Not just today, right? The stage one, sure, GE was rocky overall, but Russ and Lightning Fast both have been just getting better and better each week.
And it's all because of that grind. It's all because of the belief from the fans.
Is this
It
man in the
always
gym
feels
again? Maybe,
great, and
Prodigy.
The support means so much. RRQ needs a little bit of that right now. I'm surprised it took this long for the timeout to be called. 7-1
The
is the
Strela
score.
missing, it's
This
definitely
is
having
Global
impact.
Esports'
Like, for
comfort
sure
pick
having
after all.
impact.
Yeah.
I still think
Listen,
it
we're not even seeing
might
the
have been
vast
a similar story,
difference in the
but
compositions come into play just yet, right? It's a lot of these early
I'm not sure we can
duels
put
where
it all
GE
down
will
to
always
that.
at
It looks
least
like
get the
everything's
trade,
off.
and then
Like
they'll
the
keep
decision
hold of the
making.
areas
We even
on the
saw it
map.
like what
It's
round
not even
5 in
necessarily about the
Lotus where
number
they
of frags, but it's the fact that GE
again
still
it might
keeps
even been round
initiative.
4,
Sure,
I
they're
can't
on the
remember,
attack, so it's a bit
where it's
easier
like
to do
you're on the
that.
worst side
And
and they
that's
still
always
went for
been
this
the
some like
trouble
weird
with
force
defending
buy
an
where they tried to
Icebox.
get free
You kinda have to
rifles.
push out from one side or the other
Like
pretty
even a
aggressively,
lot
and
of the
on A,
decision making like
you
in the
wanna set up
server
with
right
high
now
lows and pipes
from
and things like
RRQ
that,
is
but
like
it's a very
really
close
off.
angle. It's not the
3v5
easiest
they
here for
decide to put all
RRQ,
their ults into it,
but they'll have to find a way.
even
and
though
now
they're like
Kobe
really down where they
zone
just need to
operator as well.
like you could easily have
yeah.
tanked this and then you still got 4 rounds where you can use your
Something that
ults.
RRQ might not
But now they're in just
anticipate.
such a bad
Who knows?
situation.
Timeout called.
I mean, look at G's position. They're waiting for a hard push out. They are waiting for a hard push out. It's not going to come, but they'll wait for
I
it.
felt a little bit sorry for them because obviously they lost like a 1v3 and a 1v2 early on, which really cost them.
Very
Like I said,
true.
the only round that
actually
they
on the
won
verge
is
of
a
losing this
full
match,
eco.
and along with it, maybe their chances of
Elmore?
making it to playoffs. Elmore
Oh man.
caught unaware, caught lurking,
So they use the
just up by the window.
It felt like he was trying to find an angle right above the poison cloud, and maybe he wasn't quite happy with his sight line or something. He was
Feels
not
like they're
paying
just
attention to
forcing it
inside
now
tube
as
at
well.
all.
Because
He had
this is
already
a
made
good
pass
setup
towards
over
Cloud.
towards A, so I don't think he needs to duel over towards
Make sure
middle.
you can set the turret back up. You already have flips in garage. This time he doesn't have to show his back. That's always haunted him a little bit in the past.
Just a little bit punishing. And look at the patience from Global Esports.
Yeah, they're
Blaze
just
team
chill.
marking
I
the
still think they're
map.
going to struggle if they're
Benkai
called to go
working
A. I
up
would
around
love to
mid.
see a B call here.
No movements from A.
I just think this ult is so
Russ
hard to
still
deal with
just
once it's
trying
the
to
good
set up,
one.
or at least
It
take a
looks
peek
like they're
into
going to
the
go
site.
A.
Yeah, I mean, GE, they have no reason
They will
not
give
to
RRQ a
necessarily
very
go
good
B
chance
site.
into this
pit
round.
is detrimental, but it doesn't cover the entire site. They still have a sage wall as well.
This is
So there you go. It blocks off right outside of the pit. I mean, it's a good setup here from GE.
I mean, they
Russ
just go for a
walk in.
G2 plant.
kind of more
And
or less for free. 2GE still hovering up around Raptors, but the spike is
2G
down
still has
now.
his wall though, but I
And
mean,
there
they've
is
just
a
lost
lot
too
of
many
heat
people,
breathing
right?
down the back of Jemkin. He will be able to turn around and feel it.
Yeah, he needs to try get an angle to get his wall out, and he's trying to get his wall out, and he's just getting wrecked from middle.
Jemkin has to clear
Okay.
it. Even then, though, 1v3, he's got to go for the save again. I mean, it's a correct decision, but it's the worst correct decision every round so far, 3 rounds in a row.
Wow. He's still hot for the duels, though. Able to flick back.
Damn, bro, look at this guy go.
Oh my
Gonna be the
goodness.
least impactful
I mean,
ace.
Listen, sure, get your ace, man, because you're gonna need a consolation prize after this.
Man, you can't take down the raid boss, man. I'm telling you, he's
But really, the
untouchable.
focus is on the fact that
He picks up
is
the
reading
op as
RQ
well.
like a book. And here's the thing, even that round, right? You have the pit, but you know if they have the pit, they're not gonna fill the site. So you're basically gonna creep up, and once you get right up to that starting point of the site plant, then you put up the siege wall. It denies any of the flood all the way to the plant. You send the wingman to make sure they're not breaking the wall too easily. And GE knows how this comp is played on the opposite side.
It's very familiar, knowing how to work around the pit, and it's just it
feels hard to watch at
bad
the
for
moment.
RRQ
Yeah,
right
it
now.
feels really hard to
Like you
watch.
mentioned,
They just
making
give
all
away
the
the
right
first kills all the
technical
time.
decisions,
Their decision making
on
is just so
paper,
bad right now.
but unfortunately, it's not something that converts into a round win. And if that round wins are something that RQ needs
Okay.
desperately.
First
Blitz
kill.
able to play off of the operator.
Damn,
2GE
maybe they're on for
holding
it.
out Garage.
They're
A
gonna
little
take
bit of
down
damage,
Raid
and
Boss
it
Lightning
makes
fast
RQ
though.
look a little bit better.
Yeah, at least you don't have the Jet or
Who
the
is
Viper now, so that B side looking
Sending
much,
it over
much less
towards
likely.
A.
So look at RQ's position. They want to just make sure that they're not showing their backs. They're making sure that they have mid covered from various angles.
Okay, so it's a 1 round. It's all good.
Big pick on the A flank as well.
I mean, the positioning this round, not exposing too much, not going up too up front. Op shot onto the window, barrel spotted.
Okay,
It's
much
a
better
team
from them.
ace,
Let's see if
it's
they
a
can
flawless win.
let's see if they can recover in this
RRQ
half. 4,
keeps
potential
themselves
2 more.
afloat.
They get
Yeah,
official
float's the
pretty
perfect way to
soon, so
describe
you
it.
would
They're gonna
imagine they go for the
desperately
orb
need
over
these
towards
last
here,
two
but you would
rounds if
imagine
they
the
wanna
GE
feel
also
any
do
sort of
their
comfort going into the
util to
second
stop
half.
this.
They can stabilize at a 4-8. It's not too bad. But this time, Flip's not alone on that lurk. That catches GE off guard a little bit. And then a heavier focus onto mid, knowing that GE is going to like to work it if they lose a couple members. RQ, slowly, but slowly catching on to GE's patterns.
Good timeout from Coach
Yeah,
G1.
and then we're going for
Good
the combo over
adjustments from the
towards here, and we
players.
go for a... Wait,
See
is
if they
this
can
the
keep
one
it
that
up.
goes...
Because they are still very much in this fight. Although they only have 2 rounds, it's not over yet. Global Esports starting to fan out.
Flipside
now,
really wants
Jemkin
this.
trying to catch a sneaky
And
one.
no one shot the recon, so
Fast
Lightning
was
Fast
tagged,
is
but he
crazy
knows the
committed.
pick's coming.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Elmi more.
Oh,
Damn, bro.
this is, I mean, it was the call from Lightning Fast, right? That I need backup. I'll try to hold the first whip around. And Russ is trying to hold the other pinch coming out on the main path of A main. But, I mean, you just couldn't land the first shot. There's not much to it there.
Because RQ's taking things in their own hands and trying to.
Honestly,
find
if they
the
get
pace
4,
of
it's
Global
not
Esports
bad
now. They
at all
take
over
out
half.
Something that Lightning Fast
They're on the harder
couldn't
side.
quite react to in time. But the rest of the team not backing down. They've pushed into the B site.
They're not quite sure about Blaze King being
Right
snuck in.
going
He doesn't
down.
know.
Okay,
At least a
trades
bit of
are in
cover
here.
From Xfero from mid.
2v4.
Got Elmi more marking
They
things from
just use
Snowman.
Fischl, right? Unless this guy gets a kill.
Trying to play around yellow. Pulvy. Can he do it? He's got
Whoa.
so many targets to hit. Jemkin on the operator.
It was
Just sniped right
absolute
down,
shot.
all the
And they
way
managed to save
into
Fischl.
sight, into yellow.
In a really good spot to
RRQ
get 4.
keeps themselves going.
I mean, RRQ's been losing.
Dude, that
pretty
was an
badly, so we
absolute
haven't
shot.
talked about it much, but Jemkin's shots have been on fire
Yeah,
this map.
this was nuts.
Right? He was a little bit heavy on that first map of Lotus. Definitely showed a bit of a raise diff. But this time on the Jet, at the very least, the snots are just absolutely sharp.
I mean, he's always been that duelist ever since on Scars from Ascension. He's been talked about, and this is why RRQ picked him up. Still needs
I think I'm
so
fine
much
with
more
this.
justifying these
If
rounds.
you can
Sometimes
time this
doing a
out, if you
little
can
bit of
time
heavy
out and make sure you
lifting.
can get that extra round here.
And I like this timeout from GE. A bit of a counter timeout, a couple rounds in, but you know, cool them off as they're starting to heat up. Make sure you can reset. If you can get the 9-3, even better. Things like that.
Sure, but it is like the last round of the first half, so a very kind of a curious one, but nonetheless, definitely looking for the 9-3 because once you go into halftime, if they can take that round, now we're just looking at 4 more for Global Esports to make it to map point.
Yeah, I get what you're saying,
Yeah,
Theo.
I mean, listen, you
Yeah,
get
I'm a
two
judge
two
enjoyer when I
timeouts.
play, so I get
Sure,
where you're
might
coming
need them
from.
both in the second half, but you're so far ahead that I think
Just want to close it out.
Yeah, if you're forced to use both to try to make sure you're not getting
Not
caught
a
up, I think those
bar
timeouts end up
timeout?
feeling
Oh
bad
man,
either
poor
way,
dude.
right? Because you're kind of giving a chance for the enemies to reset
Yeah,
as
he had.
well. So
I think.
don't mind
I think
it.
after
Like,
that
I'm not
game,
gonna say
he
it's
just
objectively,
ensured that he
you know,
has
best
the
timeout or
worst
anything
ever
like that.
stats.
But
It
obviously,
just rounds
especially
off
based
the
on maybe what
timeouts.
you hear in the comms, things like that. But mostly to cool off.
I mean,
Jemkin on the
they
other
won.
side, 16-6-2.
They won 10 in a row
keeping RRQ
afterwards.
That round,
So savage
even
to
with the
watch.
spike going off,
And then he got
able
his
to
other
snap
timeout
the heads like
removed.
that. Critical.
Okay.
Global Esports now.
He couldn't even.
It's a little bit slow,
They didn't even let
for
him
the time
get
being.
some redemption.
RRQ
That's the
has
thing.
game plans to work against this garage push.
Oh, this is a
Jemkin
trap.
now up on top.
This is nice though.
Mosh.
This is a
Dizzy,
great trap.
Everything, it's all tossed in.
This is similar to what I'm saying, where you have like a recon that goes behind everyone, and then you have to look at the recon, and then you have a flash that goes over, and you got a molly that goes into the openness. This was a very nice setup.
Everything was
Very,
so
very
good.
nice.
And then the high-low with the Blade Storm.
So I kind of saw a bit of what I wanted to see, and I like that RRQ are like on top of the fact that this might be strong as well.
The last second turns around. But look at the shots just firing it through, making him
Very,
feel
very cool.
uncomfortable.
I mean, what a read after that timeout. What a read. And they pull out a new one from the strat book.
Yeah, this was a great punish. Really good punish. Great call on the timeout here.
Sure to make use of it.
Yeah, I mean, very good read. Very good
Or-
read from RRQ. And the reason I don't mind it is, again, you haven't seen
They
a
gotta
really
win a
hard
pistol,
push
though.
out
It's
to
3-0 in
beat
terms
from
of
GE,
pistols.
Right? Generally, they're always kind of scouting for information on A. They take over Pipes control a little bit, and then they slow creep into B. You see that final timeout, you think they might do something a little different. You purposely try to bait them in. As the top screen comes out, you just show one Vandal trying to spam through it on a tempo. Say, hey, we're just trying to hold this off by trying to go for some of these, spams through the smoke, see if we can get a lucky kill. And GE just bites right on. The recon dart, the mosh, the thrash comes out. It's the read on the thrash as well. Overall, a desperately needed way to round out the first half for RRQ. It finishes on a high note, but overall they were still so far behind. So it's not comfortable just yet. Love from Turkey. Welcome, welcome.
Hey. That's just
see it.
awesome. I mean, it's a very satisfying round. A lot of satisfying support from the fans.
Peanut,
all
honestly,
over.
dude, I'm on the same
Lightning fast
I'm on the
as well,
same
gets a bit of love.
wave as you, dudes. I
Lightning fast.
never
has
see the
been-
hamster.
I mean, he didn't get much of a chance.
We
last
put, like,
year, but
food
you can
out at
tell
night
He knows how much it
just to
means
check,
to
and
be
the
given
food
this
will
shot,
get
right?
taken.
The lone remaining member of
so the hamster's
GE's
all
starting
good, but in
squad,
terms of actual like
and he is making full
vision
use of it.
or even exercise of using the wheel, I feel like the wheel does not get used.
That he pops off with this Sage all around that A site, the master of it. We'll see if RRQ can break up that pacing.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
so
see.
far,
We're on top of
Global
3 now in
Esports
terms of
has been
pistols. Let's see if
dominating
this
the
gets any
pistols
worse.
today. Coming in with a bit of game
Rosu,
plan
not
as
at the
well, lightning
moment.
fast, makes a bit
We're
of
gonna
noise,
give
pops
them
up
a
around
week to just like settle in.
heights,
Been
and
like
the
2
ping
weeks
comes
now,
walls it off, just
and dude is
eliminating
real
potential
scared.
secondary angles.
Real scared. But we need to try and do some like bonding with it, but
Walls and walls.
also
Yeah,
just
this
wanting
is
to
always
try and
gonna
just
be the
make
trouble.
sure
This
that
time they're able to get rid of the wall pretty early, but
it doesn't get too scared.
at the end of the day, GE.
Oh, Ben. GE just knows how to work around it. They know they need to draw.
Bro, these guys are
RRQ
just
out,
too
and
good at
with the
pistols, man.
angles, lightning fast Russ
47
managing to take down
HP.
so many players. It's all down to two.
Oh, look
GE
at that.
tries
Look
to
at
swing
this guy's
around,
on,
but Blaze
literally on
King
top of him.
descends upon him.
4-0 on
Yeah, you can
pistols.
tell Blaze King's
How are you
feeling
meant to
little
win a
confident
best of
today.
3 when you can't win a
He's got
pistol?
a couple moves up his sleeves, trying to prove a point here against some of his old friends on the other side.
Yeah, this is now my time to join the Pacific.
It's been a long time coming for Blaze King for sure. But yeah, that Sage Wall, I mean, sure, it comes out early, so RQ's able to break through it.
Yeah,
But
the
fact of the
wingman
matter
plus
is,
can coach
RRQ,
the
they
hamster
don't
out.
always have to worry about
Yeah.
using that util dump too early.
I had the same thing, but it's not gonna happen.
Definitely is very pesky.
Dude, we put the
They
wingman
want to, you know, break through. They want to deal with
bet
all these walls that
on a
Global
game,
Esports
and it
puts
got
up.
a little
If
bit
they don't,
scary.
that's gonna
We
be a
won't
lot
be
of
doing
map
that for a
control.
while.
Now just opting to rush through B side instead, knowing they want to deal with lightning fast. But Blaze King, Master of Arms, swaps over onto the Classic.
Okay, and
gets
they
the
just
triple.
clean this one up.
Then
Any
Kyle
extra
fired a shot of his
deaths?
own on the
No,
site.
okay.
Even
Yeah,
Xfero,
and just
who
make
tries
sure
to
that this
peek
is the
out
gun
from back
picked up.
mid, gets spotted by lightning
There we
fast.
go. They don't lose a gun on this one.
You must fall.
Sure, anti-eco, but what you can tell is the confidence is there for GE. I mean, they're playing like we haven't seen them before. Even the maps they've won, it wasn't with movement like this, with confidence like this, fighting as if they just can't lose. We talk about that so often, and I feel like viewers who have watched VCT for a while now will know when we say that, right? The run-and guns, things like, I just know I will hit my shot first, right? I just know I'm ahead of this guy in the mind games.
Yes.
That type of movement, the reactions coming out from Blaze King, the hype is there.
The glow in their eyes. They know that they can win these fights. That's why they're taking them. That's why they're going for it, Will. And now Polvi marking the angle. He's threading the needle. Beware, RRQ. There goes that first peek. And instantly
Lovely
Polvi
shot.
flicks onto
Might be able to
Jenkins'
do the bonus
A
on this one. We
rifle
still have the
snatched
wall. They got
right away
full
from under his
util.
arms.
I'm a little bit
Man,
nervous, and they
against
got early B
Sage now
control.
with your Gecko Silva comp, you don't have your jet.
Yeah, might be able to end this
Watch
one
out for the
fast.
trap.
Yeah, all you have to do is cut audio. This is your only chance, and
Izzy.
it gets
Full off,
spotted.
bro. You're all good.
Wall
Full
up.
off.
Lightning fast playing around him.
Stick around.
Russ is providing him
honestly,
with so much support.
They might expect him to
RRQ
fall off.
can't quite
They
walk
going back
through.
into B? No.
They've suffered that loss from the pistol round. They don't want to make it happen again.
Pharaoh got tagged as well.
I
They've
mean,
already
RRQ
lost
knows.
their diver.
Yeah, RRQ knows. Cutting audio is the only option.
Uh-oh.
But he gets spotted again. He doesn't know that, but he is spotted. So GE's very well aware of this. Oh, they've already filled the site.
And that's just lightning fast making the quick
Bro, they're
reactions.
getting
Polvi firing
so
another shot off
much
the
from
trees.
it.
Spotted out, flips off the top. Polvi
Wait, the Outlaw just
final
popped
shot, too.
everyone.
It's a flawless round win. The bonus for Global Esports. This
The Outlaw was
is
actually
I mean, you have
everything.
to force here. Otherwise, it's match point. It's a terrible
3
round
kills.
to force on, but they had to buy the full armors last
3
time
kills,
because
2
of the
tags,
Outlaw,
right?
And the Outlaw's still there, but you don't
Did
have much
am
of
I
an
adding a
option,
random tag here?
right? You can't play to not lose. So RRQ really
this was an
butted
absolute
themselves
shot.
up against the
This
wall
guy's 10
here.
HP.
And I mean, this is again what I was talking about with the
This guy's
compositional
low
differences,
from the
right?
wall.
The wall comes out. I mean, sure, your jet is down as well, but if you use your util dump too
Tell you what,
early,
that
then they can just
angle,
refill the site
that angle
afterwards,
with the
right? If you hold
Outlaw
on to
when
it
they go
late,
through the
then you don't
wall,
have as much
that
information,
is
things
nice
like that.
though.
And what more can RRQ
That
do
really
other
is
than
nice.
full send it with their force buy in this round?
Oh, but the
picking
trap
up
play.
the orb. Blaze
Oh,
King,
yeah, but that's a
very
gun
aware of
upgrade.
it.
So they play a little bit
Managed to
aggro
check the
against the
angle.
ecos.
Polvi
Everyone's
still with
light
the
armor,
outlaw.
so this could be a one shot. So Ovi can definitely save the
RRQ just
rounds.
waiting for
But let's see what the timing's like of the
that he
peak.
doesn't
And he
dash out,
goes
right?
back
I mean, I
aggro.
don't know about going back in, but you'll find one.
Now they know it's the outlaw. They have no choice
We
but to
left
swing
him.
out. Russ is here.
Ross is here to save him as
Global
well.
Esports,
And
this
Polvi
their
is hitting
round, this
shots
is their
though. Fair
match.
play.
Enemy remaining.
Swapped on over to the Sheriff. Doesn't matter if Russ is down.
Yeah, nicely
Ben Guy
handled
coming
as well.
back
The
in. It is now
8.
map and match
Yeah, they're
point
close, man.
for Global
I mean, this is
Esports.
it. And they're
It's not
wrecking
over
them
yet,
though.
but what a turnaround for GE.
The
And it just
double
seems
pistol
like
really helped them,
finally
but
it is, everything clicking.
they're like all firing.
We
That's the main
constantly
thing.
talked
They're all
about
firing.
The potential, the reads, the plans, the prep.
Yes.
It's all there.
Look at
but
the
the
tunnel
execution's
vision.
Not. And I'm sure some
No
viewers,
one's
they were
even
getting sick of it,
considering
right?
that
'Cause at a
someone
certain
would
point, you're
swing
like,
off
well,
of
if they
this.
can't execute ever, then when does it happen? Then it doesn't matter what prep they have.
I mean,
But at the end of the day, today they're not only firing, but it's the positionals, it's the timings, the rotations even on Lotus were very good. Very, very solid match.
it has been weeks, you know, Will. Global Esports, ever since kickoffs, looking a little bit shaky, but ever so slightly improving again and again.
Povey gonna peek out with his teammate. Has that
Holy.
cover, so he has the confidence to peek
The
out of the
three
screen.
person
They hold on to
holds.
yellow. It's already
Man, they
2
got
members down. You
annihilated.
still have the operator. B side is locked down, and GE doesn't even care about it. They still have the util, and they can go for a retake. They even have the res. They could flood at any point.
And Ben's just watching too. If anyone tries to pull something,
Man, this must have been a really painful one for their coach to watch.
Just going
Rough game.
forward. That's their only option. Updraft up. And Russ is made aware. They're waiting for that spike tap.
Does this mean that everyone has a win now in
They wanna
Pacific,
make
right?
sure, is there still a late lurk, right? Is there a wraparound? Because how else are you going to win this round? Now, Thrash online, 4 flips.
Who are the
He's
winless
on
teams in the
yellow,
other
so
regions?
Timing has to be good. He's just going to use it to delay.
Koi and
Okay.
Furia?
Just play time as much as possible. Jemkin needs to land his first shot right here.
It's all about Jemkin, but the far
Oh,
Loud.
God.
EG.
He spots him all over the place. Lightning fast with the up shot to open things up, and instantly down goes RRQ.
Whoa.
The only one left, and he lands a triple.
Oh my God, I thought he was going to do it. I thought he was going to do it. It's going to be the maddest clip ever. Okay. All good. Damn, nice convincing win for them.
And with that, not a single team is winless in BCT Pacific. Every